Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be cycling through some more Soncerea rhetoric, and we do take everything that she says with a grain of salt because most of what she says is completely idiotic and going to keep you very single just like her. But I feel like she should just write a book on how to remain single for the rest of your life because everything that she says is going to keep her that way. Let's go ahead and check out and see what she says about what this man has to say.
Or are these men actually that insecure?
If you want to go to Vegas and go do girls' night and all this other stuff, that's absolutely fine. Do it. I think the man should not emotionally say, that's fine. I thought you took us more seriously. And if you want to go on a girls' trip, so be it. I will not get mad. I will not cry. I will not get angry with you because I will never show you emotion. But I do not date women that I take this seriously that want to go on girls trips. And I mean that with respect. You can go if you want to. I'll let you go. But I cannot take you seriously any longer as a serious relationship. And I find, and I know this from a lot of experience, multiple times, that any woman that loves a man has actually no problem with that. In fact, I believe that if you genuinely love a man, you don't even want to go.
This Saltine actually had the nerve to say that women who are actually in love would never go on a girls trip.
Actually, ma'am, what he's saying is pretty true. A woman who has mad respect and love for her husband is not going to want to risk losing him. And if he forbids you, or if he tells you don't do this, it's going to make me uncomfortable, then you need to have respect for your dude. And number one, as a woman, you're already submitting and following your husband's lead. And if he's showing you the way to go, which is not taking a whole bunch of trips without you, going places that you don't know and who he with and doing this and that, if he's not on that tip, then you don't need to be on that tip either. Now, if you guys have some type of understanding where it's like an open relationship, he's allowed to talk to whomever, you're allowed to go and do whatever as well, that's on you guys. I don't understand how that kind of relationship works. Personally wouldn't want to find myself in one, but for those that it works for, it is what it is. I got nothing to say. But for her to be constantly telling other women, no, he's absolutely right. Like, if you love your husband, you're going to listen to what he has to say.
I find that difficult to believe. It's like men cannot fathom a woman living a life without him for 5 minutes or for a weekend. You mean to tell me if I get married or in a relationship, I can't go on a flight or a trip with one of my homegirls? You are making poor choices in women if you can't trust your women to go out of town without you and not cheat or do something mischievous. Y'all are creepy and weird. Say that you made poor choices in women and you can't trust women because of that.
Number one, I didn't even mean to skip over the very first part where she actually called this man a saltine. It's kind of low-key racist. You're insulting him by calling him a saltine because he's white. What if he had said something about a black person and was like,
that Reese cup or that Snickers bar?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why black people, specifically black women, always feel like they have the right to say extremely racist stuff and act like nobody else is supposed to be offended by it. Going back to what she's saying, it's not that the dude made a poor choice in woman, because you could be a very modest young lady who has friends that want to take a trip to Vegas and they feel like because you're their female friend, you should come too. But the problem is it's all in place and time. Like, say for instance, you got a family member that passed away that was a distant relative, and you got other family members that are getting ready to take a trip to Pennsylvania to go ahead and see this memorial service, whatever. That's not necessarily a girl's trip, but it's a trip that you could take without your spouse and the person not feel 100% offended by it. Now, going to Sin freaking City, Las Vegas with your girlfriends is gonna be like you're having a bachelorette party. Like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Like, obviously there's a lot of sinful things to do there. So a person, if they're in a relationship and they love you, they're not going to want you to go and possibly drink too much, make a mistake, because you can be as modest and as chaste as you want to be. You give a person enough alcohol or some other type of drug or whatever, and they become a different person. Like, the fact that she's trying to make it seem like a woman can do no wrong, she just wants to go and have tea time with her girlfriends. Well, then why don't you guys go around the corner? There's certain locations that just wouldn't make a partner feel comfortable, and for you to not understand that just goes to show how single you are and how you're so used to being single that you've not put another person's feelings above your own, and so therefore you're going to continue to be single. We're just saying that when you love somebody and you're in a relationship, you care enough about how what you do makes them feel, and that you consider your actions. And if you're not doing that, that means you don't have true love for that person and you're selfish as freak.
Don't try to make it seem like something's wrong with a woman simply because she wants to go on a girls' trip, you fucking dusty. What's wrong with these men? I'm not allowed to take a break after I've been washing your dirty ass drawers? You mean to tell me after I'm cooking all of these meals and I'm going to work every day and taking care of my kids, I'm not allowed to go on a girls' trip without you?
Let's flip the coin for a moment. Let's just say that a guy said, you know what, I've been working 9 to 5 all week long. I've been bringing home this money, paying these bills, keeping this roof over our head. I've been doing the right thing. So I have the right to go to a strip club, or I have the right to sleep with this random girl I met on Plenty of Fish for the night because I've earned it. I deserve to have a little bit of fun in my life. Maybe that's what he considers fun. Would that make you feel comfortable? Or is that something that you would want him to rein his behavior down on so that it doesn't offend you and make you look weird or something as a wife publicly?
You bitches better than me, because you bitches are better than me. This is why I've been single for 5 years. I am telling you, single is the best thing I've ever done. I think that everybody inside of a relationship should be an individual and should have friends that they hang out with and should have time away for them to work on their self-care. Sometimes you need to step away from your relationship. Sometimes you need to step away from your jobs and your duties just to have peace of mind, to love on yourself for a moment. And if a man does not want you to do that, something is wrong with him.
And again, this is exactly why she's going to be single probably forever. She literally thinks that a guy telling his girl not to go on a freaking girls trip to Vegas is controlling her. Anyway, guys, you tell me what you think. We already know the answer to this. She's screwed up in the head, and we've seen it time and time again, but it's always worth a laugh to see how really misplaced from reality her thoughts are. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section, and I will see you next time.